So when we come to security, just to create a foundation first, I think Matthew alluded to many parts. I think he covered 4 worlds in his presentation, and I think it was pretty inspiring. So from a Cisco standpoint, I mean, when we look at the world of digitization, that's what I think we're building for as a telecom industry. I think there are 2 or 3 things that are critical. I will come to the security in a while. So first is, how do you create network architectures that are conducive for this enormous growth, Madam, that you talked about? So I think, to be honest, the way we have built networks over years, 2G, 2.5G, 3G, 4G, it got built in multiple years. And as a result, architectures are so complex. I think what we need to deal with is how do you flatten this architecture. We talk about low latency coming with 5G. If the data has to transfer through several hops from access to the aggregation to the core, what happens to that latency really? So I think that is one fundamental thing. How do we come up with an architecture that's flat, that's intelligent? And I think there the technologies like virtualization and putting in cloud native architectures plays a pretty handy, right? So one. Second, how do I get a return, get a yield out of this network? Because our biggest fundamental problem of our industry is even today, with all these advances, our yield on the network is less than 50%. That's a pretty inefficient industry. So how do you increase the yield out of this capital that we have deployed and are deploying, right? And then the last bit, because as we proliferate mobile broadband networks, there's a lot of data that will happen at the edge of the network. And if you put smartphones into the rural hands, they're going to do magic with it. So that means your security is as good as it is at that particular terminal when the data is getting consumed. So really, I think what Cisco is doing is we are addressing this end-to-end. You would have noticed over the last 8 years, we have made at least $12 billion of investment and providing software and security companies to just address that. So today, when I go put a piece of technology out in the architecture, it is embedded with the security element. So that's kind of one. Second, we have Thales it is the world's biggest threat intelligence organization that basically monitors every bit that gets produced in this network world. So that is we're catching up, to be honest, because the fraudulents are one step ahead of us every time, but millions of threats we track every day and we stop them. So it starts with prevention and it goes into putting an architecture in place that's embedded with security elements, and then it goes beyond your data center and the network into the terminals where the real consumption is happening. Right? So I think that's what Cisco brings, basically the whole span of security capability.